Well, good morning everyone. It's Cynthia here from DanCyn Adventures. And one of the questions that we get, Danielle and I, quite often is, what do we eat? Because everybody's always talking about food these days. So I just thought that maybe I might post up a short little video about what I do when I'm ready to start like a cleanse or just to give my body a rest. And so I thought I'd share that with you. So I'm starting today with, I'm making just some basic soup. And so I saute up some onions with a little bit of oil and lots of pepper. And I have in here potato, just one white potato, and some sweet potato and some carrot. And I'm gonna make it up into a soup, and I'm gonna add some lentils, and I'm gonna add some tofu and just water, because I don't use a stock necessarily, because these are all vegetables. They're gonna make their own stock. So that's where I get started with mine. Now, I always let it brown up on the bottom of the pan because I like that brown stock of the onions being a little bit caramelized, and it makes for a really tasty soup. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about a cleanse in the way of what does that mean. A cleanse for me is just simply letting go of the things that my body doesn't need, like white sugar, refined flour, those kind of things that are just not as good for me as other foods are. So that's why I don't follow anything in particular other than what my body needs. So I've got my soup stock here, just a nice oniony potato. It's on medium heat and it's just cooking up nicely, and I'm going to add my sweet potato and my carrot. Here they are. January is always hard because for me it's the 4th anniversary of my sobriety, so it reminds me that I can do anything I set my mind to. So living alone, it's hard sometimes to make nutritious meals just for me. It feels odd to be baking or cooking up a vegetable stew or a soup or something like that that's this big pot of something. But I just find that when I make a whole thing of rice like this, I can eat it over the next 3 or 4 days, and I incorporate it into everything. And rice is a really good staple to have for cleansing, especially brown rice. And in here is also quinoa and farro. And I mix it together with everything when I do a roll up, and it helps with getting some fiber into my system. I also try to take as little off the outside of my vegetables as I can. Like, I never peel my carrots unless they're really gross or something's really unappealing or unappetizing, because this carrot is perfectly good for eating. It doesn't need to be skinned. These are wonderful carrots, and I'm just really happy that I have them from Mother Earth, and they're fresh and ready to go into my soup. Healthy vegetable soup, staples that are in your kitchen. I throw soups together all the time in the mornings when I think, oh, I'd just like some soup for lunch. I'm going to add some of the rice to this later as it cooks, but I'll let it cook down first. And just let it simmer, put some salt and pepper in it, and you've got a really good soup. So into my soup now, I have added some tempeh, which is just a regular Zehrs product you can purchase. And it has 17 grams of protein in 5 little slices of tempeh, and I've added it to the soup, so it makes it good. And then I've also added some vegan protein powder to the soup as well, because it helps thicken it up like a flour a little bit, so it gives the broth a little bit of more consistency. I struggle to get my protein, so I have to make sure I'm always adding it to everything I eat one way or another. If I have a smoothie, I add protein powder, and when I do different stir fries and stuff, I add beans and I add tempeh and I add tofu so that I can make sure I get protein, because I have struggled with protein crashes. I know they are protein crashes. It's because my body gets really lacking in protein, and I also struggle with iron, so I take an iron supplement each day because I had my blood work done and realized that my iron was very, very low when I did the investigation. So these are just little things, again, that as an aging woman in the 3rd trimester of my life, I'm starting to take charge of my own health and looking after what I need for my body, because I'm listening to my body and I'm giving it what it needs and what is good for it. I want you to just remember that. So these are simple things. I pick up the tempeh at the local grocery store, and I go to Bulk Barn here in Ontario, Canada, for a lot of my protein powders because they're easy to buy in smaller quantities. So I hope that you enjoyed watching me have some fun this morning, just throwing a soup together. Well, and here I am with a nice bowl of vegan vegetable soup that I'm going to enjoy for my lunch. It was fun to make, and I did it while I was doing other things at home here this morning. And I'm always open for questions and just how I make my life simple. And I want you to make your life simple as well. So I'm going to go and enjoy my lunch. Now the soup is ready. But something else I was doing while I was waiting for the soup to be made was I've been making a vest. So I thought I would show it to you because it's something else that I like to do. I like to knit. And so I'm hoping to finish up this little vest that I've been working on. I don't know if it's going to be for me or if I'm going to send it to one of the women down in Bolivia that I support through the Help Bolivia Fund. And so we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, thanks for coming along with me today as I made some soup in this very casual video that I'm just having some fun with on January the 2nd. It's time to begin a new year and lots of opportunity to better ourselves. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.